Hello, today we're going to talk about checking accounts. Where can you go to apply for a checking account? Most credit unions and banks offer checking accounts. Credit unions are nonprofit financial institutions that are owned by the members and typically do not charge the fees to have a checking account that many banks do. Most credit unions do not have minimum balance requirements either to avoid fees. Sun Federal offers what is known as Kasasa checking, which actually deposits money into your account if you meet certain criteria. Let's talk for a moment about what exactly a checking account is. A checking or share draft account is a deposit account, transaction account, or some call a demand account that is held at a financial institution. Checking accounts allow unlimited deposits and unlimited withdrawals. If you can recall, a savings account had regulations that limit the number of withdrawals from the account to 6 per month. A checking account allows you to withdraw as many times as you would like. Funds in a checking account are liquid or equivalent to cash. A checking account provides a safe place for you to keep cash that you intend to spend. There are several ways you can easily access the money that you have deposited into your checking account. When you use a service such as Venmo or PayPal, or you pay a bill online, it is called an EFT, or electronic funds transfer. When you do this, you are transferring money out of your checking account and into someone else's account. When you go to the store, you can use your debit card to pay for items, and in some cases, you can receive cash. When you do a transaction using your debit card, it takes the money out of your checking account immediately and either gives you cash or gives the vendor you are purchasing something from the funds. Checks are not utilized as much as they have been in the past, but checks can be written to purchase or pay for things. The check acts as a tool to withdraw money from your checking account, and whoever is the recipient can either deposit it into their account or they can cash it. You can also withdraw physical cash from your checking account by using a debit card at the ATM machine. Who can apply to open a checking account? Businesses can, individuals, married couples, and even a parent and child. At Sun Federal, anyone over the age of 16 can apply for a checking account by themselves. You can still have a checking account if you are under the age of 16, as long as you have a parent or guardian who is a joint owner of the account. Who can access the money in your checking account? Only the owners of the account can access the money. Make sure you are watching your checking account closely. Overdraft protection is a guarantee that a check, ATM, wire transfer, or debit card transaction will clear if the account balance falls below zero. If you write a check or make a purchase with your debit card for more than you have in your checking account, overdraft protection would guarantee that it is paid. There typically will be fees and even interest associated with overdraft protection, depending on the kind of linked account that is used. It may involve transferring money from a savings account or a line of credit loan. It is important to watch your checking account closely to avoid fees or even possibly from having the withdrawal returned in some cases. Most banks require checking accounts to have a minimum balance at all times. Sun Federal's Kasasa checking has no minimum balance requirements, but at some banks and credit unions, you could be charged a fee if you do not maintain a minimum balance. Debit cards eliminate the need to carry cash or physical checks to make a purchase. and they can also be used at an ATM to withdraw cash. Debit cards usually have daily purchase limits, meaning it may not be possible to make an especially large purchase with a debit card. Debit card purchases can usually be made with or without a personal identification number or PIN. Some debit cards offer reward programs similar to credit card reward programs, such as 1% cash back on all purchases. Debit card purchases are easy to monitor. There's no way to lose track of spending, as unlike with using a credit card, the money comes directly out of your checking account. It is important to keep track of the balance in your checking account when using a debit card. It can be very embarrassing to go out and eat with your friends and have the waitress come back and tell you that you do not have enough money to pay for your meal. Another important reason to keep a close eye on your checking account is to detect fraud. Someone could skim your debit card information, hack into your online banking, or create a fraudulent check to steal money out of your account. Let's quickly review what we have learned. Before we wrap things up, let's see if you know the answers to a few questions that we covered today. Most banks and credit unions offer checking accounts. Typically, credit unions do not charge a fee to have a checking account. Sun Federal actually offers rewards with some of their checking accounts. Money can be withdrawn from a checking account by doing an electronic funds transfer, writing a check, or using a debit card. Businesses, couples, individuals, and even a parent and child can apply for a checking account. Anyone over the age of 16 can apply for a checking account at Sun Federal by themselves. When you use your debit card, the money is immediately taken out of your checking account. Debit cards can be used to get cash out of your checking account. Thank you so much for joining us today and learning a little bit about checking accounts. This presentation comes from Sun Federal Credit Union. In the spirit of people caring about people, Sun Federal's mission is to improve the quality of life for each member through a personal and professional service relationship that results in members for a lifetime.